1, 2, 3, the lawn feed.
Welcome to another episode, another season of the Lawn Feed podcast. Happy New Year. It is 2025, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That year. Season 4. Dude.
4. I shouldn't say I never would have thought, but I can't believe we're here already. Season 4.
What are we doing? Season 4 seasons into this thing, huh? Look at this.
It's nuts.
Lawn Feed podcast. Who knew 4 seasons in, you guys would all still care about things like growing grass in your yard? So, hats off, figuratively speaking, to you guys listening and watching and following us, liking us, all this stuff. But season 4, we're kicking her off, 2025. It is a 2-man duo tonight between myself, Chris, Hope It's Mo Time, and Andrew from the Dad Bod Lawn. Vince is I'm questioning his existence right now because he did not sound good health wise. He's battling the thing that everyone is battling that seems to be going around like wildfire. So Vince, thoughts and prayers.
Petri dishes of children of ours like to pass along these things to us.
They really do. They really do.
Bacteria, viruses,
daycares, elementary schools,
pink eye, lice.
Pink eye. Can't get no more pink eye. No more pink eye. But Vince is not here tonight because he is dealing with the Petri dish back home. So that said, Happy New Year. I think I said that, but we wanted to, obviously hope all you guys had a great holiday season. Whatever you guys celebrate, great New Year, getting back into the swing of things after you got hit by a freaking freight train, which was the first 2 days back at school like we did. And we're getting settled back into our routines, all sorts of things, and staying warm wherever the heck you are, because it is not warm. Not warm out. But before we get into a whole bunch of cool stuff today, including giveaway winners. We have a lot to cover from that perspective. Some snow stuff, some winter stuff. We want to thank some of our friends for making this possible. Andrew, why don't we tip the cap?
Yep. So here we are, season 4. Still thanking our friends over at Twin City Seed for powering this episode and season of the Lawn Feed podcast. Twin City Seed offers elite quality and custom blends of grass seed to homeowners, turf professionals, and more. Home of Resilience 2, Blue Resilience, Fielder's Choice blends, along with the new After Dark series. Shipping to all 50 states. Check them out at twincityseed.com and twincityseed.ca. And be sure to check the banner on their website for current specials, like their current special going on right now in the month of January. If you're listening in the month of January, head over there right now. You can get 20% off until the end of January 2025. Woo! And make sure you add that code for free shipping that is also in the banner. Hook your guys up for your spring projects, your fall projects, whatever it may be. Just a note, I think most of these seeds are being pre-ordered right now, so they won't be delivered quite yet, but no one's ready for a seeding project anyways. But get your savings in while you can, 20% off till the end of January.
Bruh. First off, 20%, that's a big
biggest you're going to find. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. But 5 days ago, guys, marked the 69-day mark until the start of spring.
I can see the importance of that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to 69 days less 5 days till the start of spring. By the time this is recorded, that's obviously less. So we're going to be in like the 50s here soon. Not degrees, but 50 days. That's going to come faster than you think, which is insane. So
start planning.
It's we can't feel our face, can't feel our extremities, but lawn season's right around the corner. Sounds like. But as you can tell, we are a little rusty. We took a break for the holidays, just like everybody did. But we have a whole bunch of dads, wins, and losses that we got to cover because I don't think we've recorded in like a month. So we figured out how to press some buttons, turn this thing on, and get the dust off and all that. But let's hear some stories. Let's get after it.
A lawn feed tradition where we tap into who we are at heart. Dads! This is Dad's Wins and Losses, where we tap into our inner dad bod father figures and highlight some of the recent wins we've experienced as parents, and of course, vent about the embarrassing losses we take each and every day as dads.
I love Daddy.
Oh, yeah. All right. Andrew.
That was unnecessary at the end.
Totally necessary. We have the holiday season to cover. You wrote one loss and one win, but like, let's be honest.
There's plenty. I think there's just too many to actually comprehend, like just hyper focus on them. Start with the loss. I have a permanent like super glue station set up on our like bar in our kitchen. It's just a paper towel with super glue. And because I swear, like every single day, Dad, can you fix this? Can you fix this? Like, no joke, a half hour before coming downstairs to the basement to record this podcast, my son walks into the bathroom and says, Dad, my door fell off my airplane. He's got like this airplane toy and the door fell off and it's got like a pin that has to get seated in it. I got flathead screwdrivers and I'm just like trying to pry this thing open and get this pin back in.
It's like real life airplanes. Doors flying off, planes all over the place.
And I feel like I'm appreciated. So I guess it's kind of a win at the same time, but I'm just constantly fixing things or, toys that he's not sure how to play with, or my daughter, like they're new and they're trying to learn them. They're constantly coming to me and just going, hey, can you show me how to do this? I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, this is your toy. I'm trying to do adult stuff over here. Like watch the news, like relax or watch football. But yeah, happy to help. Yeah, with just a win in general, I'm going to say it's just the holidays. As you know, as a parent, the holidays can be crazy. Naps are missed, schedules are thrown off. The kids are not in school, like there is no routine.
No.
And I don't know, I feel like my kids handled it like champs. I think it wore harder on me. Like, as you know, I was very sick New Year's Day and the days following that. But yeah, the holiday seasons are crazy. And the older that I am with my kids, fully enjoying it, it's just awesome to see them have a lot of fun. But as a parent, I'm not saying it's like not fun, but I liked the holidays a lot better as a kid.
Obviously, you have zero responsibility.
Or even like as a college kid before, being a grown up. So
also zero responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly. You come home for like college break and you're there for a month hanging out with friends, just drinking beer and playing Xbox and
every night.
Yeah, you do what you want. You help with the dishes or something here and there, and
doesn't sound all that too different from break as a dad, but well, here we are. It's just different. Yeah. So, victory clap for all the parents because you have successfully made it through the holidays. And the holidays are just a whirlwind. I echo everything you said, and it's just like a lot of wins, a lot of losses. But there is one glaring loss that I'm just going to add as like kind of a cherry on top.
Yeah, no, I love losses as long as they're not mine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Other people's losses are so much better.
It makes me feel better. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Our school district had the bright idea to have New Year's Day. So it was New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, which I think was it was a Wednesday. And then had the genius decision of saying, we're going to do this and send the kids back on a Thursday and a Friday.
Oh, they did that. I've heard some school districts around here that did that too. Yeah.
So like everyone thought Thursday was Monday because like that's what it was. Let's be honest. And then like just as they were getting into their routine on Friday, we're going to rip that rug out from underneath them. And then boom, there's a weekend, more days off.
Right.
And then Monday came around and it was, dude, I'm not even kidding you. And I know for a fact someone's listening to this and been like, God, that was so brutal. And I am in the same boat. The Thursday and Friday weren't that bad. The Monday and Tuesday after that shit show, dude, I didn't think I was going to survive. Like, honest to God, my wife and I looked at each other and we're like, what is happening?
Let's keep them home. We won't even send them.
Absolutely just being devils right now. Yeah. And like nothing we did. Coin economy didn't work. That was out the window real quick. Dude, it was anyway.
And I also feel like probably that Thursday and Friday they went back, it was probably some of the most unproductive days of school they've ever had.
Yeah, but just give them the whole week off.
They're
just do
throwaway
2 straight
days,
weeks off.
and the teachers enjoy them because they're like, I just don't feel obligated to really have a curriculum today.
Well, the teacher, that can't be good on for the teacher either.
No, I'm sure they don't want to be back there either, just as much as the kids or the parents do. But you don't even, I'm not going to say even more than that because I'm not in that situation. Half days. As a parent.
You have half days?
So as like a working parent, I think my daughter so they didn't have school that entire week of New Year's. But then that following Monday when they went back, they had a half day. So it's like
scheduled in.
Yeah, like a scheduled half day. It's just like, hey, let's just kind of get our toes wet again, kind of get in the routine. All the parents are like, what the hell do I do? Do I have to take the whole day off of work? Like half day? I might as well take a whole day or find somebody to pick them up from school. Like half days as a working parent are some of the most frustrating days. Because when you have two parents working, it's like, who's going to pick them up? So yeah. Anyways,
there's half days. Like when I went to school, it was like half PM and AM kindergarten.
Yeah, and
that's what we did. And then
so they don't have any half days in your kid's school district where they every once in a while they'll just go to school till 11:30 in the morning to be done.
No, snow days, but those aren't.
That's not a thing there, huh? Wow.
No.
So for reference, guys, I'm in Michigan. Chris is in Minnesota, so it's just interesting to hear how different areas of the country do things. Because I thought half days were a normal thing. Apparently not.
And all the school districts did it different. There was half the districts around us that had 2 full weeks off. And then guess what?
Not you.
MLK Day comes up. We have that Tuesday off. And I'm like, bro,
that's a Monday, but
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. We've gone on way too long with this.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not taking any feelings to the bank on that one. Victory claps around for all parents. We made it through the best of times and the worst of times and all of the times surrounding the holidays, and we made it through the new year. Congratulations, and we're back to listening to us hooligans talk about being dads. That's super cool. It's winter. I'm freezing. Andrew, I woke up today in the real feel. Screw the actual temperature in winter. Hot take. The actual temperature in winter is not the actual temperature in winter.
No.
It's just not.
You always go by the feels like.
Gotta go. Yeah, they gotta go with the feels like, real feel, wind chill. And for those of you who are listening down in Houston, you're getting a preview of this because you guys got kind of hit with the little Arctic clipper from Saskatchewan. Where it's a little bit cold, where the moose decided to just kind of I don't know, just mess with us for a little bit. And we wake up in Minnesota. You guys wake up and it's cold for you guys, and you get your quarter inch of snow and the whole city shuts down. That's cute. We get it was literally negative 24 degrees real feel. And I'm like, bro, this is terrible. Why do I live
for
here?
Everybody that needs a reference, right now it's 25 degrees here in Michigan where I am. It feels like 13.
It's 13 degrees.
And then on Monday, it's predicted to be 6 degrees. It's we're getting a huge cold spell. We're getting a little warm up before the weekend. And then come Monday, 6 degrees. And that's supposed to feel like negative 12.
Yeah, so it's negative 12.
Yeah. I don't know why they just don't say that. It's negative 12, man. Stop sugarcoating it. We know.
And if you walk out of your door, and if the first word, either out of your mouth or in your head, isn't a 4-letter word that you can't say in school,
yeah,
something is wrong with you. You
say it under your breath, and yet it looks like you just got done smoking a pack of cigarettes because so much steam comes out so cold. You're and it's
yeah, dude, it's unreal. But the great news is the outdoor rinks are open now. So now you can play hockey in negative 23 degree real feel weather.
Yeah, your toes will feel great. I guarantee it inside those ice skates. My wife actually tried to get us to go tonight, and I'm like, no, we're going to push that till Friday night or Saturday.
Our city rink just opened, where I'm like, dude, it's been negative 10 for a week.
Yeah, see, ours has opened up last week around here because the temperature has been swinging. So
yeah. Well, anyway, it's cold. It's probably going to have to bleep that one out. But it is. So we're going to talk about snow and winter stuff and actual stuff that's meaningful. Things that potentially we can, life-changing stuff here that we can help you guys out with just from our experience, from being in this industry and, kind of talking through some stuff, helpful tools, not getting paid for any of them, but just helpful tools that we have just found over time and what's been helpful, what is not helpful, and how to get through northern lifestyle. Because apparently, if you live in Atlanta, you have to deal with that now. So,
Right.
if you want to send our weather back, feel free. But what do you got? I mean, you got a whole laundry list of stuff. We can talk about shovels, snow blowers, power shovels,
Yeah.
leaf blowers, plows, ice melt. What do you want to start with?
Let's just go right down. Let's start with the basics. This is the shovels. I'll tell you what, like something that I want to invest in is one of those wide shovels. I don't even know what they are, like 40 inches wide, where you just like you push, right? It's like a plow, and you're the power. Because I just use like your standard snow shovel.
Yeah.
And those do pretty good, but like there's days where you have just like a 1/2 inch to 2 inches of light fluffy snow, and it's really easy, but you're just like having to take way too many strokes with the shovel to push it all. And it would be really nice to have that one that's probably 36 inches wide. I know you have one. I've seen you use it in videos.
I have a basic plastic shovel with a crack in it that's been there since 2017.
Yeah, isn't it? My kids just cracked a shovel the other day. Still works fine. Works
Dude,
fine.
Can we talk about how bad, when you're just cruising on that morning with there's 1-2 inches and you're like, I gotta go to work, I gotta get out of here, gotta shovel the driveway, I'm late, and you cruise through it because you know for a fact that if you don't, you're gonna have skid marks down the driveway that is literally a luge toboggan chute.
Right.
And you'll just slide down there forever. And then you hit a crack and it's like, dude, and it just goes straight into your gut.
Yep. I made a video about that last year. It was like that dumb ways to die trend.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did that because and that happens. Like, and that's just another time for another 4-letter word to leave your mouth. Just unprovoked. Just you're just going, you're having a good time, and it just that just ruins a good shoveling experience. It really does.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it does.
Should we switch to its bigger brother that's more helpful, the powered shovel?
Well, hang on real quick. I hear you on the wide part. There is 2 shovels I have in mind that I have not yet gotten, but I've used them. My neighbor's got one.
Okay.
And they seem basic. I've seen them at Home Depot. They're very accessible to get. It is if you're a hockey fan, you see these on. It's what the ice crew uses to get all of the shavings off, right?
Sure.
And it's a plastic shovel, and it's great for what you just said, for the light dusting, get in and out quick, done and done. Where you like do it at an angle and you just go pass by pass, right? And it just kind of just goes. And then there's another one with wheels on the back that's supposedly supposed to
so
you don't have to use as much as your lower back.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's supposed to be helpful. I know Nate Stripe Life from in Iowa. I remember him posting about it. I'm like, whoa, super intrigued by that. And then I tried it. One of my buddies had. I was like, I got to get a try on this, and it actually worked.
Interesting.
It's the physics of the whole thing. It's
sure
center point of whatever is different than your normal shovel, but here I am with my $17 plastic one from Kmart.
Well, along those same lines, plastic can be good because there's different types of shovels out there. For example, when I am on cement, I use a shovel that has like a metal scraper attached to the bottom, and it's not just all plastic. But fair warning, you don't want to necessarily use that if you are shoveling a deck. So I have
why?
Because
it rips it up.
Well, yeah, you can actually tear into the wood if it's a wood deck, or shave the what do you call it? The fake decking. I can't even think of it.
The composite?
Composite, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about just taking a razor blade and shaving, the top of it if you're not careful. So you're not going to get maybe as down and as clean of a shovel, but I have just a cheaper plastic shovel without the blade on it that I keep in my backyard for my deck. So be smart about it. Don't ruin your deck by using something too nice.
I just realized you and I are talking about the exact same thing. Your 48 incher.
Mm-hmm.
It's not and the thing that I just mentioned, it's not plastic. It's like it's the white, like it's a white shovel with a yellow handle.
Yeah.
UHMW allows snow to slide off.
Okay.
It's like what people skate on in like non-hockey season where they got the treadmill, but it's the hell
Yeah.
is it? Why can't I find the thing? Tough
So it's-
brace hand. No, that's the handle.
So UHMW, ultra high molecular.
The Snowplow
Weight.
Original Snow Pusher is a
Polyurethane.
commercial grade shovel that's ready to tackle anything Old Man Winter dishes out.
Okay.
Ultra high molecular weight.
Yeah.
Poly something I can't pronounce. Polyethylene?
Yeah.
Polyethylene? Polyethylene, probably.
Sure.
Some guy's shouting in the car at us.
Yeah. Please shout louder so everybody can hear you and ask what you're listening to so you can tell them about the Lawn Feed podcast.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
So
that's shovels.
I just found the shovel right here from
There it is.
Home Depot. $36, 36-inch industrial grade snow pusher with Versa grip.
You want to talk power shovels?
I love that it's $69.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that takes us right into the power shovels, which is my new favorite toy for my back deck.
Get it. It is a game changer, and I feel like a 5-year-old again.
Well, do you know one of the reasons? So if anybody doesn't know what a power shovel is, these are essentially mini snow blowers, like a single stage snow blower, but it just throws it right out the front. I think Chris and I are both using the Ryobi ones. Greenworks has them. Ego,
Toro's got one.
Toro, like all the major brands, all these Chinese ones on Amazon. Whatever battery lineup you're using, go with it. I'm using a attachment capable one, so like I just take off my string trimmer and not
yours is different.
Yeah, I use the power head for my string trimmer, and I just snap on that. And then it's like I said, it's from a Ryobi, and I think it works like a beast. And the thing that I like most about these power shovels is it throws it like 20 feet. No joke. And so when you're shoveling, like normally when I'm shoveling my deck, I kind of have to shovel it all over. And then you get to the railing. You have to lift it up and throw it over the railing.
Yeah.
And it's a pain. But when I use the power shovel, even when I'm 10 feet away, it's throwing it over the railing already. So I don't have to worry about any piles that I have to lift up and move. It's throwing it from a long distance. And then by the time I get to the railing, it's just blasting it right through the railing. And it makes it easy.
That's the only. So you have the railing you can shoot it through. It's kind of like a jail cell.
Yeah,
right?
it's like 8-inch gaps, whatever code
Sure.
is these days. Yeah.
So on my patio, I've got the half walls, right?
Yeah,
the paper half walls that kind of go up to your like knee,
Sure.
or halfway up your thigh, whatever it is. That's kind of the height of it.
Probably clears it pretty good for the most part.
Until you get to the wall. That's my
Right.
only knock on them, where it's like they're great for decks, great for that setting,
Right.
but you have to like kind of go. If you have a 90 degree in that setting, you kind of have to start at the 90 degree and go outward.
Yeah. You might need to do
You know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit of actual physical shoveling.
I'm not doing that.
No. So the one thing that I don't like about some of the power shovels is like it shoots it forward, like straight. But I've noticed there's a couple that now have like a deflector on top. You can actually angle it from one
The
side to the
DeWalt
other.
one has that.
DeWalt, I think Greenworks I saw has that. Maybe Ego. Yeah, it's just interesting. You can actually like push it straight and it'll shoot it sideways. So if you can like do a sidewalk and kind of do it at a 45-degree angle forward, right or left.
Does that actually work? Because they're tiny. They're only like 10 inches.
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not.
I haven't. I just saw one video on it, and there was like no snow, right? Because
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what though, I've used it on snow just as tall as like the shovel intake, and it's amazing how well they do. Even like wet snow, it handles pretty good.
I was about to say, and this is going to be the same for 2-stage, 3-stage. We won't get too deep into it, but like the comments that I've seen on some of these videos are just like, okay, yeah, let's see it when it's not a non-powder snow.
Right.
Ugh,
Right.
manly stuff. It freaking worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there for 90 single stage snowblowers. I've used a 2-stage because it used to snow here in Minnesota. It doesn't anymore. But single stage snowblowers used to get like 90% of.
I went from a 2-stage gasser to a single stage battery powered. and I've used it for this is my third season using this thing.
And it's fine.
Oh, and how fast I can move with that thing, and you can maneuver like a heavy 2-stage. You have to like let the machine drive itself and turn it, help you turn.
Yeah.
In a single stage, you just get down to where you can just whip that thing around. Like, in these battery ones are so light, you can practically like pick it up off the ground and set it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And like if in situations where you just want to go forward and kind of drag it backwards and go forward again, the 2-stage would take like 3 times as long to go backwards to get to where you want, and now you can go forward again. You got to throw it in reverse. So it's got its pluses and minuses. Single stage snowblowers, battery or gas, they're going to struggle in the wet and heavy stuff. That's not what they're designed for. And, everyone's like, no, it's a battery power. That's why it's like, no, take your gas or single stage out. I guarantee you it's going to struggle. Same thing.
Clogging up.
And that's why they make 2-stage battery ones.
Well, real quick, let's get into, because they might have some people that don't know the difference, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
So if you're getting a snowblower, we talked about the power shovel and being kind of like similar to a single stage. There's a single stage, so a 1-stage, 2-stage, and 3-stage. And then you get into like the commercial stuff.
Wood chipper.
Yeah. Fargo situation. So the stage just means basically how many times the snow is getting changed in directions by the amount of augers it has, or paddles that it has. So the single stage just has one chassis, whatever, and it just flaps it up through the chute and it goes out. Generally a little bit smaller in width and in size, with like plastic wheels or something like that, for low snow situations. But like I said, can probably handle up to like 8 foot, probably.
8 to 10 inches at least.
And be completely fine. 2-stage is you got the one auger going in the front, and then there's one shooting her up in the top, and it flings it probably double the amount right into your neighbor's driveway.
Right. So
They're
basically,
fun.
the first auger's job is to basically feed it up into the chute, and then the other one's job is to propel it out.
Thank you.
So
there you go.
They don't have to work as hard. It's just like, hey, you get it to me, and I'll take it from here, bud.
Yep. And then those, like the actual machine is generally taller and wider, so it can handle more snow going into the quote unquote mouth of this thing, into the front of it.
Yeah.
3-stage, I have one, do not need one.
No. You got like the military track wheels, don't you?
Yeah, I got the
track wheels.
Like I said, it used to snow here in Minnesota. We are on this is the second year in a row where we just have not had anything. Which, like, it's cool for a break, but like, if it's going to be cold, just dump it on us.
Right. You can't do anything in the lawn. I don't want to look at my lawn. Just make it white.
Yeah. Like most things, just make it white.
So I was like, explain a 3-stage to me, because I'm not even sure the intricacies of that.
3-stage is like the 2-stage, but it has like a sideways auger in the front of it, breaking up everything like I'm doing right now in the front. So it literally turns clockwise or counterclockwise, one of the two, as if you're staring at a clock.
So it like break up compacted snow,
ice, whatever.
Sure, and then it'll suck it into the first stage,
and then it'll go in to the sideways one, and then it'll go up the chute to the third one. It's freaking up. I mean, it is a beast.
Right.
Like the one snow we had last year, we got like dumped. It was like 18 inches. And what I did, because this was the first year that I had it, you know how like the snow plows will, like in cul-de-sacs, they'll just like mound the snow to do like King of the Hill on?
Yeah.
I just took the snow blower straight through that thing, right in the middle. And it handled, like, obviously it got to a point where it was like double in size. It like started going up the hill, but like no problem at all. It was wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's really great in Buffalo and
correct,
like Alaska and Canada, maybe.
Yeah, not
probably
here.
Overkill.
Not here.
I would say if anybody is moving to a colder climate like Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, a single stage snowblower is probably going to be just fine for you. Dual
Just
stage,
throw
two-stage
Indiana in
at
a
the
colder
very most.
stage climate.
I'm just trying to make them feel incorporated, you know?
Yeah, they always get forgotten about.
Yeah.
It's better than
anyways,
living in Ohio.
what I tell people is if you wait no joke. If you wait 3 days to take care of your snow that's accumulated, you're screwing yourself. You got to get out there regularly. If you're getting dumped on, get out there in the morning. Get out there before bed. Get out there in the morning again. Burn some calories, man. You're going to be all right.
But
you got to put in the work.
Out.
You got close out your rings on your watch. But yeah. Anyways, that's snowblowers in a nutshell right there. Now there is one more thing that I've been using because we've been getting just light dustings. That's leaf. That's the leaf blower. And
it's good.
Dude, it works great. In order for a leaf blower to work, it can't be like borderline freezing temperatures. It has to be cold because it has to stay powdery and not start melting on the cement. So like the cement has to be cold. Everything's got to be cold. But if you take a leaf blower out there, half an inch of snow, and all of a sudden you're seeing cement, you're golden. Go out there and leaf blow that thing. I almost used my backpack leaf blower the other day because it's battery powered. It's not winterized. So I guess that's the plus for battery powered equipment is you don't have to winterize it. So it's like if you have gas powered stuff, it's all winterized. So,
dude, I've used the leaf blower more than I have of anything else.
I've used it twice in the last week. And, you wake up in the morning and you're like, we got people coming over. I need to clear out this half inch. Yeah. Just blow it off, ice it down with some salt. Good to go. Good to go.
For the stuff that you don't get, to your point, it does create ice.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be, honestly, it's probably the biggest pain in the ass.
All those wheel tracks from your wife driving over it before you have a chance to get out there and take care of it.
100% of the time, dude. It's never us.
No, it's like I have intentions. I'm going to have some coffee, and then I'm going to go out and clear the driveway. And all of a sudden my wife's like, hey, I'm heading out to get something. It's like, no, give me a half hour. Like, you can't just like walk out the door. I need a heads up because I have a game plan here.
That's great. Yeah, she's usually one with the game plan, but like, don't drive on my driveway until that shit is cleared off.
Don't drive on the driveway. It's not what it's for.
She told me that she's responsible for everything inside and I'm responsible for everything outside, which I think I'm coming out a little ahead on that one, but
that's safe. Yeah.
But it's her rule. So don't drive down the driveway when there's 3 inches of snow on there. You're going to create a hockey rink.
Yeah.
Anywho, but we got to get rid of that ice, right? The manual way, you and I both agree that this is probably the best ice. Like this is the best winter tool, probably. Well, outside of that snow shovel, because that's sweet. But for the power shovel, is the ice pick. Like the ice scraper pick, it looks like a hoe, but it's not. And it's just like, it's flat metal, like sheet. And it just gets all of that compacted snow and ice that your wife left for you.
For the longest time, I used just a flat shovel, like a metal flat shovel, and they work really well. And then last year, I actually went out and purchased an actual ice scraper, which is basically a shovel, like a flat shovel, but it's a lot heavier and bulkier on the bottom. And one thing that I haven't tried to do is take an angle grinder to it and sharpen her a little bit.
Oh, dude.
I feel like that would be something that we could totally do. And it would maybe be beneficial. Don't know. Or it becomes a weapon that might be illegal.
It becomes a weapon.
You sleep with that next to your bed instead of a golf club, for family protection.
Got the 60 degree under the bed, baby.
It's all right. I got my ice scraper. You take the 60 degree. Follow me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work all the time. Sometimes you got like that really solid ice. That works well for the compacted snow that hasn't quite turned to solid ice yet. Like that stuff like the shovel has a really hard time breaking up. That's what it's really good for.
You want to know what I've used the ice pick the most for? I say ice pick, but it's the thing we're talking about.
Ice scraper. Yeah.
Ice scraper. Is like just inside of so when it is negative 23 real feel, and there is some snow on the ground, because like inevitably when it's this cold, it's just like constantly light snowing. It's like just ice crystals freezing and it just falls to the ground. And I don't know what the I don't know what the actual term for that is at all, but it's just constantly snowing. It's just enough where it pisses everybody off, slows down traffic, all that stuff. But then all that accumulates on your car.
Mhm.
You get the snow boogers, which, by the way, is the most satisfying shit on the planet to kick off of your car. So satisfying.
Do it in another parking lot, not in your driveway.
Or in the garage, like my wife does. And all that melts.
That doesn't bother you.
Because of the way that our house is built, super cheap and super cookie cutter, our garage floor does not slope to
Towards
the
the drain.
outside.
Oh, is there a drain?
Once you get toward, nope, no drain. Of course not. There's not a drain. You
Really? Oh,
No.
wow.
You have a drain?
Yeah.
Big drain guy. But like right where the garage shuts,
Mm-hmm.
there's a pool of water. And it's so damn cold that it's just an ice rink because everything freezes.
Wow.
I've actually been using the ice scraper for that more.
Makes sense.
Because I don't want to put like ice melt or anything like in the garage because I feel like that's weird. Plus it's concrete.
Right. If it does going to cause any corrosion, you don't want that in the garage.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of ice melt,
Mm-hmm.
you want to hit on that?
Yeah, I think you're the guy for that. I know a little bit about it, but I know you've got some research done and you got some safe paw ice melt right behind your shoulder there. So clearly,
You like that? I decided to grab
that.
it. You were like, hey, talk about ice melt tonight. And I was like, sure, I can talk about ice melt.
I did some hardcore research on it like a year or two ago because I was going to make some content on it myself for my channels. And I don't think I ever went down that rabbit hole, but I learned a little bit, but I don't remember much. So why don't you go ahead and hit me with it?
Well, so the people that are listening to this have learned through us that, like the lawn, like in grass seed, not all grass seed is the same, and not all grass seed can be used efficiently and effectively in all scenarios. And what I've learned through this is it's kind of the same with ice melt. I am not a professional at this. I have not researched this is not like an academic thing. We've just categorized it in what I feel is kind of best for everybody. Different topics, right? Concrete is one of them. Like what's best for concrete, what to use, more importantly, kind of like what not to use. But what's best for sub-zero temperatures? What's best for pets? Because that's a big one.
Lots.
What's best just like if you don't care about anything, like you're just looking for overall value, like what is that for your like best bang for your buck? And then like what's the cheapest option? Right? So like what you'll find at a gas station, I kind of like starting at the very bottom of like what's the cheapest option out there because it's generally not the best for the environment in any waterway and any watershed near your lawn or near your property, excuse me. But it's sodium chloride, which is just otherwise known as rock salt. You can find this anywhere and it is super, super popular because it's just widely available. And it's the most popular option. And it's super cheap because of that. The efficacy on that is not like it's good. And I say this knowing that not everywhere gets as cold as here, but it's 15 degrees ish or in and around there, like the mid teens, Fahrenheit, actual air temperature. Right. So like for us, you and Andrew and I, like we're getting well below that. So a lot of the times, like people will put that on there and like literally pour it on there, which is like the worst thing you could do, environmentally speaking. A, it's not going to work. B, when all of that does quote unquote melt, you're just putting an excess of whatever's in that bag in any waterway near you, which will like deplete oxygen from rivers and all of those different things. So like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole on this episode, but like that's a big issue, especially like up here where there's so, and especially by you where there's so much water. But that's the cheapest option, most readily available, best for everyday use. Kind of a blend of a lot of different things, which is actually what this is. Safe Pause inevitably is going to be. I don't have a dog or anything like this, so this is kind of I don't know. Andrew, you have pets.
Yeah.
I was actually pointed to this through someone who is very into the pet world and like could run circles around everything I'm saying right now. But they were saying the biggest things that you have to worry about is pets ingesting it, but like getting it stuck into their paws
Yeah.
is a big one. And this was a couple months ago, so forget. I'm gonna just kind of give an overview of what they were saying, but it's more of like this is a blend of different products or ingredients where by themselves probably isn't great for pets, or it's too much for pets.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're blended, yes, it will melt the ice. Yes, it will do the job. It won't be as effective because of the blended nature of it. You might get down to, I don't know, some of the ingredients in here, you might get down to like 5-10 degrees, that kind of thing. So just below like the sodium chloride or the rock salt. But by themselves, they would be much stronger, but it would be, then again, not great
Right.
for pets.
Right.
And
It's like diluted down almost.
yes, thank you. Yeah, it's diluted down.
It's like stronger products mixed with weaker products to like make a medium strength product.
You got it.
And so I typically use something stronger in my front of my house, my driveway, but my dogs don't go out there unless they happen to go for a walk or something.
Is it the purple clear jug, purple lettering?
I don't know. I grab random stuff, whatever I can find for cheap, essentially. Like I said, last year I kind of looked into it more, and I think I bought some, it was magnesium chloride or something like that.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Okay, and so I got some of that because you'll talk about that in a minute. Its benefits, but I always get the pet safe stuff if I put down anything in my backyard for my dogs. And along the same lines of it getting stuck in their paws, that also means that they're going to track it into your house, where the carpet your kids play on and all that kind of stuff. So you got to think about your kids being down on that same floor where they're dropping this product. What's going to be safest for them to be touching and them touching their mouths after and stuff too. So that's why pet safe is, I always go with that if my dogs are involved. It's more expensive, but it's got a purpose.
Well, and that's a liquid too. I think the product you're using, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I forgot the name of it. Maybe it's called Pet Safe.
I think it. Well, no, that's it is Pet Safe. This is Safe Paw,
Safe
the
Paw.
granules. It's Pet Safe. It's a clear jug, purple lettering, and it's got a golden retriever or something on the front of it.
Yeah.
It's a liquid, so obviously you're not dragging in a granular thing. Obviously, if they walk all over a freshly applied layer of it, they're gonna drag that in too. So it's just something to keep in mind. Like when you look at ice melt, like this isn't like it's not good. Like ice melt's not great for humans. It's not great for pets or anything like that. So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, no pun intended, of just use it as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't over apply it, and you're probably going to be just fine. That.
So it's called Ice Blocker, and it's by Place Safe. I think that's where
So we were like half right.
Prevents ice up to -15 degrees. Guaranteed safe pets and kids.
That was the one thing I was going to say is this right here isn't effective like it'll advertise that it goes down to whatever you just said.
Yeah.
But like I just tested this week when it was like, I don't know, negative, like the real temperature, the actual air temperature was like -16 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Until it started to warm up a little bit. That will.
Yeah, this stuff says potassium acetate, calcium, magnesium acetate. So it's a combination. I know Ice Vice from the Andersons, I think
that's potassium formate.
Okay, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, so if anybody wants to use these liquid sprays, you put them in those little pump sprayers, like a 2-gallon pump sprayer, and they're pretty effective. I would say it's probably a little bit more expensive to go that route, but you can get a thorough application and it works well. And I like to do that in my backyard because then you don't have the granules for your dogs to step on.
Yep.
And it gets diluted with the melted ice pretty quickly. So with the water from that. So good stuff.
Best for sub-zero temperatures. This is the thing that like people where we live, Andrew, are obviously listening pretty good.
Stay inside.
Well, what you just said would be like number 3 or 2, right? The Play Safe ice blocker, whatever it is. Like the magnesium chloride actually goes down pretty darn cold. -13, I think, is like, I think label wise what it actually is or whatever. But in some of these, but calcium chloride, just in case it's -25, it goes down to there. When you have severe weather conditions and like these polar vortexes that are becoming more and more common for the upper Midwest and just how the jet stream works, that's just how it is. You mentioned it, Ice Vice. That is potassium formate. And some of these that we've listed are like the products that they would use on like runways up here to like de-ice runways. That one in particular, that's not best on some material like concrete, which is something to be very, very mindful of. So yes, they work. If you just want to blast it, know that there might be repercussions, you know, on the material of your driveway, material on your sidewalk, paper patios, all of those different things. A common question I get is, what's best? What the heck do I use on concrete? And I say a calcium magnesium acetate, otherwise known as a CMA. It's most common. It is a non-corrosive. If I say that with pause, if applied aggressively or in the wrong manner, you're going to get damage. Like it's just, you just are. It is corrosive. So when I say it's non-corrosive, it's less corrosive. The only kickback to that or catch there is, if I'm recalling correctly, the CMAs are only really like, you can only go down to like 15 or 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which like that's not great for regions around here. So
right.
To your point earlier, if it snows, get out there. That way you don't have to do a whole lot of this, because if you over apply this stuff, you are not doing anything good for your local environment. I'll leave that at there. All you really need is like a coffee cup full of this stuff in most cases, and it will do just fine.
And along the lines of talking about keeping concrete and different materials safe, if you guys have a driveway poured or a patio poured, anything like that, talk to the people pouring it, find out like how long you should wait to use any kind of products, because
good call, dude.
Because even like the stuff that's safe for that material might cause issues until that's had a chance to properly cure. Sometimes it takes like 2 years. Right. So I haven't had that issue, but I've heard of other people destroying brand new, beautiful driveways and patios. So just be smart about it. Now we kind of talked about different products that we can put down, but like something that I've been using this year that's saving me a ton of time to salting my driveway is a handheld fertilizer spreader. Yeah. And I didn't know it's something that I needed until I got one, because before I would just walk around with like a small bucket and scoop, kind of just chuck, scoop, chuck, and it wouldn't distribute it very evenly. Now I got one of those Ryobi 18-volt battery-powered handheld spreaders. I put like 5 scoops in that thing, and I have a driveway that's a 2-stall driveway wide, about 3 deep. And I can walk right down the center of that thing, you know, at a slow pace. And once I get to the bottom, like it's gone, and it distributes it really well across my entire driveway. Like in 30 seconds, I have it all salted. And I'm just like, that was way too easy.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And you can use your standard fertilizer spreader too, like the one on wheels, but that seems like overkill. And
yes, it does.
I wouldn't necessarily want, like if you have a really nice fertilizer spreader like we do, I wouldn't want to risk putting something like salt in there, because if salt gets mixed with water and you let it harden in there, it can become a real sticky mess and gum some things up. But
yeah, but we're used to sticky messes. It's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my last favorite thing. Flamethrowers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I got one of those this year because I was like, I want to make a video with this. And so
why not?
And It works really, really well. I would say that it takes a while. Like if you have like a quarter inch, half inch of ice, it's going to take some time to sit there and melt all that with a flamethrower. But if you can get it mostly melted and then throw some salt down on top of it of some variety, you're going to be golden. So if you got people coming over in a pinch and you're like, I need to melt some stuff, at least this walkway path to get your flamethrower out with your propane tank, and it's a good time. Just don't touch it because it stays hot for a long time.
Have you seen those like backpack ones?
I have.
Literally throw out lighter fluid.
Yeah, those are like flamethrowers. I don't even know what you call it. The one that I have it's like a blowtorch. It's more
blowtorch.
It's more of like a long handled blowtorch is what mine is. But yeah, some people have legit flamethrowers, and I'm just like, are those legal? I saw them in Vietnam. I wasn't sure if you can have them here.
Timu's probably got one.
Timu. How's Timu still around and TikTok's going away? Anyways, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it might be gone and by the time this episode comes out. I have no idea. In that case, thanks for listening. It was great knowing you. You can find us on all of the other platforms.
That's right.
Hey, real quick, Andrew.
Yeah.
We got so we have some giveaway stuff. Should we announce two of the things?
Yeah, should we announce both giveaways or just the first one?
Oh, just one. We got to get the other ones out there.
So we have a winner of our first giveaway that we did probably 2 months ago now. It's our Twin City Seed giveaway. We had our 50-pound winner is Brock Little from Bryan, Texas. And he chose Sun Queen, Bermuda grass. And since Bermuda grass seed, you need like a pound, for 1,000 square feet. He's actually only taken 25 pounds because that stuff goes a long ways. So
that stuff's nice.
Yeah. Warm season grass seed is a little bit different than cool season grass seed. That Sun Queen, he's gonna send us some pictures when he's done with this project. I'm excited to see that. So
yeah, dude, Texas.
And then our 25-pound winner comes from Minnetonka, Minnesota. Selwyn Abrahamson.
Why are you saying it like that?
I don't know.
Minnetonka. Bro.
Minnetonka? I'm from...
It's like Tonka trucks.
What did I say?
I don't know. You said it like you were from Texas.
Minnetonka, Minnesota.
There you go.
Okay. Selwyn Abrahamson. And they're going with Blue Resilience. Great choice.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, dude. Sweet. That's awesome. Congratulations to our winners on the grass seed. We have another one that we are going to announce in just a second on our Ryobi giveaway. We're going to give away some cool stuff of their choice here in a little bit. So more winter stuff. If you're still listening, thanks. That's awesome. If you're not listening to that anyway, so that's all good.
The fun stuff.
Hell yeah, this is, you created kind of a cool list, but like probably highly controversial.
Mm-hmm. That's why I created it.
Yeah. Winter accessories, like wearable stuff.
Wearables, exactly.
What is your what's
my get up?
Yeah, you get like 8 inches of snow. Everyone has to get out at 6 a.m. to snow blow. What are you wearing?
My go-to, some Cujo boots, starting from the bottom up here, okay?
Such a homer.
Yeah, Cujo winter boots. I wear just your standard snow pants. I'm more of like the snowboarder style, non-suspenders. I have a nice winter coat. And the nice thing about using battery-powered equipment is it doesn't smell like gas. So you can use your nice winter coat that you wear to work every day, wear out and about. That's typically what I wear. I like to wear a hoodie underneath if it's really cold. You can go double hood.
Double hood.
It's a little pro tip.
With you.
If there's any kind of wind out there, I'm wearing goggles. I got the snowboard goggles. I'm putting them on.
Seriously?
Oh, heck yeah. There's nothing worse than turning that auger on a snowblower and having that breeze hit you in the face, and you're just like, four-letter words. Here we go again.
Fish tank it, huh? All right.
Yeah, man. Like, you got to look cool.
So, question on the snow goggles, though.
Mm-hmm.
How ridiculous are the color? Like, is it like old school Shaun White?
I think I got some pretty plain ones. I think they're just like gray on the outside
Gray.
or black. It's
They're not
they're
like
pretty.
blue and orange.
I
and-
thought about going crazy, but I just decided not to. I thought it was crazy enough that I wear them anyways,
Yeah.
So,
Well, all right.
but they're effective. They work great. And then I used to do the old Eskimo hat, but now I just use a standard like beanie because I usually throw the hoods up. But the Eskimo hat is kind of a replacement for your couple of hoods.
And you're talking
So-
about the flaps down fur
Oh, yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's guys relax. It's not real fur. It's the faux fox, fake stuff. Okay.
No,
It's,
it's definitely a real fox in there.
yeah, real
No.
a real fox. It's faux. It's a real fox.
It's a real fox with a U.
And then I am not a mitten guy. I just use some heavy snow gloves.
You don't like the clappers?
Honestly,
bombers?
Chris, I don't think I've ever really tried or given them give them a chance. I think maybe it's
Dude.
something I need to try. And there's been plenty of times where like my fingertips start to get cold, and I'm just like, man, I wish my other fingies could just like snuggle up and make them warm.
Want to know an awesome solution for that?
Hand warmers.
Hand warmers that have an entire opening with no finger holes, like a mitten and a clapper. See?
Okay.
See? It's like an igloo. So you go in and it's like you throw a heater in there, but the heat is in there,
Mm-hmm.
all of it. It's actually a terrible example, but the finger, like the heat can't get into your fingers. And that's what's cold as all get out.
So are you saying that they're like gloved fingers, but yet you can pull the clapper over it?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 layers in there.
Yeah.
If you get a good one, if you just get the cheapo ones, it's just like a mitten.
I had a pair of like driving gloves that was like that, but your fingertips were actually exposed. Like you'd actually pull your fingertips out. And you can,
Oh, sure.
yeah.
I don't know if mine are. They're not like that. They're just. So I ripped the inner layer out of there. I've had the same clappers for like probably close to 20 years. So I
Dang.
ripped the other ones out because I always used to play hockey with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a good little hockey glove.
But yeah, it's just one big thing now, but they do stay warm, especially with those like shaker hand warmers. Pooh, those are good.
Yeah. Those things heat up.
Have you tried, by the way, those like I saw these on TikTok? They're like electric hand warmers. I got some for Christmas and I haven't used them yet.
So I haven't, but I was at a high school football game like back in October, and somebody had them. There's tons of different varieties out there. They're basically just this object you hold on to, right? And it's just warm. And yeah, there's tons of different brands that make them. I think they're just like a USB charger that you just charge them up with, kind of thing.
One more thing I got to charge.
Yeah, one more thing you got to charge. But no, they're effective. They work really well, and if you're going to use them regularly, I don't see why not. I almost bought my wife some stuff off a TikTok shop, like the insoles, like heated insoles that you charge. And I'm like, oh, they're like $20. I'm going to do it. But they wanted like $40 for shipping, probably because it's coming straight from China. And so I was like, no go. And I told my wife about it. And like 3 weeks later, she goes, I just saw a video about those things catching fire. I'm like, yeah, that's probably
There you
best
go.
that I didn't get them. So I got her some of the old toe warmers that you one and dones. So
It's also good. Keeping your body warm. On the same note, there's a company out there called Aurora.
yeah.
They're like heated outerwear.
Yeah.
You press a button, it lights up,
jackets.
so everyone knows that it's like a
Right.
heated. Like hey, you're freezing your ass off.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, it's right under your chest, and you're just like puff it out. You're like, "Sup, guys? I'm warm. You guys good? I'm
Yeah.
warm. I'm actually sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't even need this, but
Yeah, I might turn this down a bit.
it's on. Just so you know that I'm warmer than you are.
Yeah,
It's one of those. Those are cool. And
I don't
like,
have any of that. I want something though.
they get so damn hot that when on like a normal 10 degree, 15 degree day, you really only need a vest.
I think they make winter gloves too, don't they?
They do. Yeah. It's the whole lineup, right?
Yeah.
The whole deal. But
Okay.
so go check them out. They're funny enough, they're actually based in Texas. Like
They're like, we know how to do hot. Like that's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
do.
it's like you'd think it would be opposite, but no, it's like they're really good. Great for a hockey rink. If you're going to see a hockey game,
Oh, I'm sure.
get the vest going. So you're not a spendy guy, huh? You don't like the spendies?
I had suspenders on like previous snow pants that I had, and I think when I like ripped a hole in the knee, playing with the kids or something, making snowmen, when I made the change, I think my wife just like did the usual thing. She bought me Sam's Club stuff because that's what she buys me all the time. It was like stuff from Sam's Club, and they were great, and they work, and they're kind of tight around my waist because I'm not exactly a skinny guy. And so they've never like feel like they're ever going to fall down. I never have any concern about that. But I can like the suspenders, it keeps you warm higher because like you have all that extra layer like up to your nipple line, pretty much up to them nippies. So
gotta keep the nips warm, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my next set will be the suspenders again. I think maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea to bring that back because you can keep it loose around the waist. Then it's just I don't know. I think that's something I might look into.
My go-to outfit is boots, jeans,
Yeah.
spendies, hoodie, beanie, clappers. I
was going to say, but do you do not in that order because the hoodie is underneath the suspenders, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, because because that's a look, or like I'm warm, I'm almost too warm. I'm going to lose the jacket.
Yep.
Show the spendies.
Gotta show the spendies.
You show off the Minnesota hoodie, whatever you got on. Go Gophers. Yeah. No, I think that's enough for me to say spendies are coming back in 26 for sure.
For sure.
Spendies 26. Put it on.
For sure.
Put it on the ticket.
So the other thing too, like this goes back into the equipment part. Like this is the first time I've used an electric snowblower outside of like a single stage.
I've never used a 2-stage.
So I've got a 2-stage electric.
Looking forward to trying one, but
so I got the Ryobi one, and you don't know what you don't know until you start using something like this. But I got so freaking cold on a gas snowblower. Like if you're within a 5-foot radius of this thing. And I don't know why. There's a science to it of the exhaust emissions getting put out. Like I have no clue. It's warming the air up enough or putting something out in the air up enough where all of a sudden your hands get colder. And I don't know what it is.
You're talking about
also
the gas
smell like gas. Yeah, gas. But with the battery, nothing. None of that. Like you said, you can wear whatever you want. You don't smell like.
Is there hand warmers on that machine or no?
Oh yeah.
On the battery one?
Oh yeah. They're hot.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't even need gloves.
So what are your thoughts going from using gassers your whole life to going to a 2-stage battery? Like, does it perform like a standard 2-stage in your opinion?
Yeah, it does. I noticed no difference other than the fact that, and I'm probably not doing it right, but the engine in a 2-stage would stay on when you turn. It doesn't in the battery. I'm probably doing it wrong to like where you keep it on, but like I don't know a way where you're either going or your auger is going to keep it on. But when you lift it up, it stops. So when I go to turn,
it stops the chutes.
But it's either that or you are still continuing to blow snow. And I'm not that big of a snowblower all-star over here where I can like kick the auger in, shift the thing, and then like do that all in one.
You're like an automatic. You're not a manual guy. You're like, I ain't driving stick and doing all this stuff.
Can you drive a stick? I can drive a stick.
I had an experience with a cop when I tried to drive stick. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. I had a buddy, one of my best friends in high school and college, from my same hometown. He drove a manual, so a stick. I never drove a stick, and it was like freshman year of college, and we're just back in town for a break or something. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to this abandoned parking lot and learn how to drive?" I'm like, "Sure." So, I mean, that's what we were doing. We weren't like whipping donuts or anything. We weren't screwing around. I was like legit trying.
Whoa. Pause.
Yes.
The act of doing circles in the snow in a parking lot. What do you call that?
Either whipping shinnies or donuts.
Okay. I'm team whipping shitties.
Okay. I say both things, whipping shinnies, but like doing
Shinnies or shitties?
I don't know. I call them shinnies, but I've
Shinnies?
probably been saying it wrong my whole life because I'm supposed to be saying donuts.
What's a shinny? It
Donut.
sounds really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like kind of like a donut would be, but it's a shinny.
Yeah, maybe it's another kind of pastry. It's similar in the donut realm. Maybe. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I probably said wrong my whole life. Never thought much of it. So
I feel like it's one of those things where it's a Minnesota only thing. Like duck, duck, gray duck.
yeah, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
No. And it's soda. Like it's soda everywhere else and it's pop here.
That's pop in Michigan.
I feel like that's less of a thing. And like another great example, Bubbler in Wisconsin is a water fountain. It's like, that's some fucking psychopath shit.
Yeah, that sounds like some Canadian type stuff right there. Yeah, makes sense. Anyways, back to my story with the
back
cop.
to whipping shitties in a manual. All right. Yeah.
So we were just in this. There's this old. It used to be a horse track, a race track, and they tore it down, but the parking lot's still there and kind of overgrown. Giant parking lot. So we went there, and he drove a couple down and backs to show me like the intricacies of what to do, what not to do. Then I got behind the wheel. And I made like one pass down and it went okay. And we turned around and I start coming back. And this is, mind you, November-ish, December, no snow on the ground quite yet. But it's dark at like 6, 7. And all of a sudden we see a spotlight from the road shining on us. And I'm like, that is a light from a side of a car like a cop has. And the thing comes right at us. And sure enough, it's a cop. He turns his flashers on. He thought we were screwing around whipping donuts, right? And he's like, you guys not see the no trespassing signs? I'm like, nope, neither one of us did. We honestly didn't. But apparently there were some small signs that were like overgrown by brush and trees. And so he's like, yeah, this is no trespassing. You guys aren't supposed to be out here. What are you doing? And we're like, oh, he's teaching me to drive stick. I've never drove stick before, so we thought it'd be a good opportunity. And so he takes his flashlight and he shines it down in the car just to verify it's actually a stick shift, you know?
Right.
And we just apologize. He goes, you get in the passenger seat, you get in the driver's seat and get out of here. And so that was my, and I never tried to learn again. That was my sign of don't even bother.
I had a bad experience.
I had a bad experience. So no, I'm automatic, Mr. Automatic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just like, but there's two handles they have to, but then it's not an engine. So it shuts off. So you got to turn it and then press the button to keep going. And like I said, it's probably user error, but I'm not that good at it yet, I guess.
Interesting.
But
good stuff.
I don't smell like gas. We have one more giveaway to give away. It's the Ryobi one. We're giving away some equipment. Thank you to our friends over at Ryobi. Andrew, you've got the names. Why don't you go ahead and read them off?
The first winner, Jeff Maffett from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. A lot of Minnesota winners. I love it. And you'll be getting the 40-volt, 730 CFM Whisper Series handheld blower coming your way. That's right. And then last but not least, is to round off the Ryobi winners, is Jim Cogren. I think that's how I say that. From Carver, Minnesota. Coffrin.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes GH.
Literally my neighbor.
Okay, yeah, from Carver, Minnesota. That's name sounds familiar. The city does. Anyways, 40-volt, 4-gallon backpack sprayer heading to Carver, Minnesota. And if you guys remember, we did add on 2 more grass seed winners from Twin City Seed to that giveaway. So we have to announce those as well. Huge thank you to our friends at Twin City Seed for hooking us up, or hooking you guys up, I guess, the winners. So 25 pounds of Tough Turf After Dark is going to Marietta, Pennsylvania to Jake Skundrish.
Isn't that over in Vince's neck of the woods?
That is Vince's neck of the woods.
Where's Michigan at, bro?
I don't know. I'm not repping in the winners here because
dang.
Our last one comes from Edgewater, Maryland. Zach Reed, 25 pounds of Total Eclipse heading out to the MD.
Do you think that's by Bel Air? West Philadelphia, born and raised?
On the playground. God, that was... I'm surprised we haven't got any hate mail from that episode yet.
I had so much fun on that episode, man. Well, congratulations, you guys. This was that's some big stuff. We're gonna be doing spoiler alert. We're gonna do a lot more of this stuff this year because this is fun. We're gonna try to get as much stuff in your hands as humanly possible. You guys keep listening, keep engaging, keep liking, keep giving us 5-star reviews on all these cool little platforms of ours. We're gonna do more stuff like this. So that was more of a holiday thing. We just decided to try it out, see how it went. There was an overwhelming response to it. So if you didn't win this time, there will be more chances to win next time. So definitely stay tuned on that. It's been fun, man.
Yeah,
it's been a while to just catch up. It's one of our more casual episodes, just me and Andrew blabbering about stuff.
Yeah, I was just telling Chris before we started recording this that like I meant to call you the other day and just got distracted because it's been a while since we even like talked on the phone about anything. So,
oh man, you're getting all like feelingsy and
it's 2025, hey, new me, you know,
new year, new you, man. Love
I'm softer now.
Such a softie. No, dude, it's been a minute. I miss talking to you guys. Vince, hope you're alive by the time this episode releases. And yeah, we'll be back in no time and got some cool stuff planned for you guys that I can't share anything about. You don't even know, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna have some fun this year. But before we wrap, go check out the lawnfeed.com to check out some amazing lawn gear to elevate your set of lawn shirts, sweatshirts, and more. And you can use promo code, or as Vince calls it, ComoProd. Brad15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. And shameless plug, got these sweet beanies in Midwest Lawn Club beanies. This, if you're listening to this, you can't see it, but this one in white and the ever so popular Packer colored green, the green forest green beanie, and vice versa, and some leather faux fox patches. For all of you, and they also work for the ladies. I got one in white for your gal. But on behalf of the Lawn Feed, thank you for joining us on another great episode. Good luck in this week's venture of parenthood, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
See you guys.